Welcome to the Privileged Truth Podcast, where we give the unfiltered truth behind having pretty privilege. I'm your girl, Tanez J.
And it's your girl, Destiny Lynn.
And we're back with another episode.
Yes, welcome back. This would be episode...
Episode 8.
Yes, episode 8. If you are returning, hey. And if you're new, hey girl, welcome.
Yes.
So, what we going to start with, a catch-up, or we going to hop right into the...
We're going to start with a catch-up.
Okay. Well, what's been going on with you?
Pretty. I've been chilling. So I've been in the house. I ain't really been doing too much, so I don't really have much for the catch-up today. But what's been going on with you? I know the last episode, you was going on a date.
I was.
How was that?
The date didn't happen because he started being weird. So I met this guy off of Hinge, and we were supposed to go to brunch. The day of the date, well, obviously, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I don't text people I don't know from my regular number. Because it's a lot that you can do with a telephone number, literally, because I do it. And I be finding a lot. So he called me before the date. So he was like, I'm going to give you a chance to be honest. Like, it's either you gave me a fake phone number or your name just not your name or whatever. And I was like, no, I didn't, or whatever. Like, that's my real. And he was like, it can't be. He was like, so you telling me you've never gotten a traffic ticket? Like, you don't have no criminal record or nothing? First of all, no, I don't have no criminal record.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just stopped replying and, cut that short because you're being weird.
Yeah, because why you? It's like you doing an investigation. Why you investigating?
Yeah, he was like, I would just rather do this right now than to meet you and it be weird when we sitting in front of each other's face. So I'm like, I really appreciate that.
Right.
I won't be going nowhere with you.
Yeah, that's a bit much. And we didn't even hit the first date yet. Like, yeah.
And I had a date yesterday too.
How was that?
Same thing. It didn't happen.
For real?
It did not happen.
Why not?
It didn't happen because he texted me and was like, somebody died. I don't know if that was true or false. And he sent me, I guess, I don't know. If the man died yesterday, who was writing paragraphs about what you did in your lifetime? That was just weird to me. He sent me a whole blurb.
Oh, maybe they was getting the obituary together.
He told me that he died. We had a date yesterday, and he told me that he died yesterday. So where are you getting a paragraph from that fast?
Is he Muslim? I know, like, they bury him quick when they, like, Muslim.
Not that I know of.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if this is a sign or what. To just stick with what I got. But
maybe just for right now.
For right now, yeah, I think so too.
You know, it's summertime is approaching and people act super weird in summertime because they be like, I want to be outside. I don't really want to.
Yeah, I feel like
no commitment issues and nothing like that. Nothing extra hold me back.
Yeah, or maybe it's just God trying to protect me from these people.
That's it.
I don't know, but either way, I'm just like, okay, no big deal. I'm supposed to be going somewhere else today. But I know this one is a go because this somebody I'm already dating or whatever. But I don't know if I want to go nowhere with him, though. I just don't feel like just entertaining a man right now. Because you know when, like, you out with a man. Yes. And I guess a man that you still in the dating stage with, it's like you got to... I just don't feel like it. I would rather hang out
and all that, you know.
I don't feel like it. I just want to just enjoy myself freely.
I do want to say, though, by the time this episode is out, to Mother's Day will have passed. So I do want to say Happy Mother's Day to all of the moms. My mom.
Yes, my mom, my grandma, my aunts.
So I hope you guys enjoy it. It's well deserved.
You have Mother's Day plans?
We're going to do candle making.
Oh, okay. Fine.
That should be fun. Yeah, something different. Because I be tired of eating.
Yeah.
You know, I say that all the time. Like, I be tired of eating. But I really do just be tired of, like, just going to, like, restaurants. I be wanting to do activity or something sometimes. So.
Trying to do a little something.
I am.
You got to eat.
Yes, I be eating. I just, when I say, like, I want to go out or if I, like, you know, I just thought, like, Mother's Day, like, doing activity versus we always do brunch or, like, we always... somewhere eating.
Well, I don't get tired of eating. And that's
the
problem. That's the problem. We need to swap appetites. I'm trying to lose weight. She trying to gain weight. It's just
Y'all got any plans for?
We going to eat.
Okay.
In the morning. So at 10:30 in the morning, we going to eat.
Yeah. So around the same time. So while y'all at brunch, I'm candle making. So yeah. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy it, and our viewers get to enjoy time with your moms.
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. So yeah, we're gonna hop right into our game before we get into the topics. For any new viewers, this is our red flag, deal breaker, or no
No
biggie game,
biggie.
where we pick a scenario from the box and then we name it as red flag, no biggie, or deal breaker.
Yes. So the guy you've been dating invites you over his house for the first time. When you arrive, you must walk past the living room where there are guys smoking, drinking, and playing the game. He leads you into the basement where he says, "This is my little apartment." Oh my gosh.
As a grown man,
As a grown man,
that is a deal breaker and a red flag for me.
it's just a deal breaker for me.
Because
I gotta go back and run out to the car at that point. I'm leaving.
I'm gonna say red flag
This is my little
because
apartment.
why, as a grown man, are you in a basement with your home? And your homeboys upstairs smoking and playing again. Like why is that a thing? Deal breaker because why would you ever invite me over and this is what you invite me to? Like, do I look like
That point,
I'm
yeah.
okay with that? Because
At that
if
point.
I give off that, then
Yeah,
it's not about me that we
Yeah,
gonna
we
fix.
doing
But then
something
we
wrong.
getting
For
rid of you.
sure.
Because absolutely not.
or if somebody bring you to something like that, they just expecting
Yeah,
to just screw.
yeah.
Because why would you bring me here? And even if that was the case, if that was the setting, why would you bring me here while they here?
Yeah.
So that just let me know that you do this all the time.
And they just
And
regular.
they probably be down there too, doing
Uh-huh.
what they do. So it's a
just
deal
everybody's
breaker.
little
That's the last
thing
time.
else.
I gotta run to my car and I'm gonna block you when I get in the car. I'm leaving.
When you walk through the door, they not like, oh, like scrambling to clean up or like get it together. No, we used to this. So he do this all the time. Yeah. No.
Well, not even that. But I'm just saying, when you walk into somebody's house, they saying like, "Oh, this my brother. This
Right.
this."
No introduction.
It's just
nothing
like okay.
that. Yeah.
So now I'm going down the basement to sit on the bed or a couch, and you got all that going on.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe I haven't met a man like that.
I ain't never
Experienced somebody
been in
like
that setting. No. Yeah, absolutely not.
Being younger, I mean, not your little apartment, but I'm saying, like, coming over to somebody's house and they live with somebody and they just got a room or something. But I never experienced.
Yeah, but even with that,
basement
like,
thing.
never the basement and never, like, people.
All
just
that commotion
in
going
the-
on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
too much.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
too
yeah,
much traffic
yeah.
in the house. Yeah, I've never experienced.
A trap house or something.
That's kind of what
Yeah.
it's giving. Like,
Smoking,
the trap
drinking,
house.
playing the game.
Yeah.
And now you bringing the girls in. Something right.
Yeah, this ain't it. No. Well, moving on to today's topic, we're going to be talking about generally being alone but not being lonely. Isolation, the difference between isolation and solitude and things like that. So before we get deep into it, I want to speak on growing up. Like, 'cause I know, like, you have siblings. I have siblings too. But being the first child, the first daughters at that, did you experience the stage of, like, feeling lonely?
Well, in my family growing up, I've always been a baby. So
Okay.
my siblings, we have a big age gap between us, but in general, on my mother's side and especially my father's side, I always been the youngest, so
Okay.
they could go out to parties or do whatever, but I'm always with my parents.
Yeah.
Because I'm the youngest. I can't do
Yeah.
nothing. I'm
Yeah.
too short. I'm too young. I can't go. So
Yeah.
I always been really like close to a parent, like, or just feeling like they ain't want me around because I was too young.
For real.
Yeah, as a child. That's how I felt long as a child.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think for me it was more so like I was the first girl and the first child, like, for my mother. So, well, and then, like, my aunts at the time didn't have kids either. So I literally was the first, like, baby in general.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember feeling, like, lonely because, like, they was always doing something with me.
Yeah.
And then, like, I had cousins who, like, were my age. They would, like, get us together.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like I didn't really get to feel the loneliness. I can't say, like, when my brother was born and then my cousin,
Mm-hmm.
they did, because by them being boys, it was like it's easier for them to, like, do stuff. So we was, like, all at my grandma's house. Then you could probably say, like, oh, like, I feel like by myself, like I'm playing by myself or something like that because I'm the only girl. Ain't nobody playing with no dolls with me.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
I kind of I feel like social skills when I was younger. Because, like I said, I was always just clingy to my mother, to my grandmother. So I really didn't want to, like,
Okay.
I didn't really know how to, like, I guess, like, make friends and just talk to people. Because I was always, like, just on somebody's hip. That was my comfort.
Okay.
Because since I was young, like I said, I was the first girl, too. And then never going to daycare and stuff. When I went to school, that was, like, my first time going to school. So it was just, like, hard for me to make friends, to speak up for myself and stuff like that. So,
okay. Yeah, I get that. I can get it from that perspective of like having to like do all of that like first. Like,
just always like, having I guess a person to speak up for me, or this person like they know what I like. I don't really have to. I'm just with a grown up all the time. So
see, and that's kind of a little bit different for me because I was mouthy. Like I was you know, up under like my grandmother and like my mother and stuff like that, but you ain't gonna just say anything.
Oh,
like,
well, I was the opposite. I was quiet.
What you get now? Look, I want to talk to her. Run in my mouth.
Okay, so that's as a child. So how about like as an adult? Because I know in the last episode you talked about just wanting to kind of preserve a friendship for the simple fact that you didn't want to be like alone. You wanted somebody to do stuff with.
Being younger, I was literally the only girl. So like you said, like growing up, it was kind of like hard to like make friends. And then when I did make friends, like because we didn't get to like go outside, it was like I was in the house, so it was like I got friends at school, but when they getting together, I only see them at school. So it's like stuff like that.
We were both sheltered.
Yes. Sheltered.
So I was very sheltered. I couldn't.
So even with being an adult and being like, I can do stuff, like I can up and go whenever I feel like it now, but I don't want to do it by myself. It kind of like gave that awkward sense of like, who really going out to eat by themselves, or who really doing stuff by themselves, and it just, that's really where that came from. Like not wanting to do stuff by myself, or just being an adult and being like, I don't have no girlfriends I could call when you know just to talk, or if anything come up. Like I don't want to. I don't like to always, you know, go to my family with stuff.
Same.
And I rarely do. That's honestly. So I just feel like having like even with being younger, like
stuff by myself. Like I really didn't think as a kid. I ain't think nobody went through nothing.
Yes.
I ain't think my mother. Well, obviously it's crazy because they've been our age before. Right. And probably did worse shit. No, but you know what it really was. As a kid, I never wanted to disappoint my mother, so I never wanted to come to her with certain stuff because, like I said, like obviously. As a child, I'm thinking nobody else did no dumb shit or you know what I'm saying? So I just didn't want to disappoint her. So I didn't come with her with like, come to her with like my problems, or if it was something hard that I was dealing with.
And I think even too with like once I grew up, it started to get more of like, I don't feel lonely, but I like having my own space. Like I like being alone. Like when I moved out, that sense of like having the peace to like just be in a space by yourself. After I got over the fear of like, dang, I'm really on my own now.
Living
like,
alone,
and once you get over that, it's just like the peace and the comfort that comes with being in your own space, or like having your own space to just be quiet. Like not being able to do nothing. It's nobody else in the house with you, like
telling you what you need to do and do it now. And this my house and
clean up this or clean up that.
Right now,
like you can't do this unless you do that. Like it's just a peace that comes with that. So it's like after a while, it wasn't like lonely. It was more so like I do enjoy my company, and I have friends and people I can call. But I like at some point, like I like to enjoy my company. I like to be by myself.
Yeah, it's crazy though, because like I said, just me having that feeling of loneliness, I feel like it kind of it did travel with me like through like growing up. Like I said, the social part, because honestly, I'd be okay with being by myself. Yeah. Like I said, I didn't really spend a lot of time by myself or with a dad, so I'm okay being by myself. I had to force myself at one point to just go out. Like go out. Like you're wasting your life sitting in the house doing nothing. Like live your life. Yeah, I had to force myself to do that because I'm an introvert too. Would you say you're an extrovert?
No, I would say I'm introvert.
You would.
I like to be by myself too.
Yeah,
Like,
I like to be myself, but around my people, I
yeah,
can be myself.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
but it's like I always have that when, no, not with everybody. Some people when you meet, you just vibe with them. But when you go like around a group of people, I always have that awkward. Just I'm still very quiet when I go around a group because I'm trying to feel people out.
Even in that, it's like, is it really lonely, or is it
Yeah.
like you just like the solitude of like being by yourself? With me, it's more so like when I'm by myself, I can think clearly. I get into the sense of like being more creative because I start thinking about stuff that I want to do and how I can do it. Out of this time of like taking time to just be by myself, what can I benefit from this? Like, it's more so like self care. Like,
I try to be like that.
yeah,
Like nowadays, honestly, I try to watch less TV. I try to listen to podcasts more and just try to do something like maybe some research. I try to make the most use of my time because I just be sleep.
And I also find too, like being by myself, it gives me time to be more intentional with the relationships that I had with like my friends and even with like partners. It's like if you seeing somebody all the time or you always with a person, it's never no time to like miss them or like stuff like that. Because I don't want it to always be like, oh, you always calling me, I'm always over here, or you always up under me. Like you don't like you're so codependent. Like you don't have the independency to do anything by yourself. Like everything revolves around this and that can get draining. Like, and I don't want to weigh down on my people.
How are you in a relationship when it comes to like, are you clingy or are you the person like I need space, or how are you?
I think I'm a little bit of both, but I'm mostly like clingy. So it's like I'm the clingy where it's like I want you in my space, but we don't have to be doing nothing. Yeah. We can both be sitting in the living room. I can be on my phone on TikTok, and you could be watching TV, or
that's when you really comfortable
doing something. Yeah, like, or I can be upstairs, you could be downstairs. As long as you're in my space, I don't really need to be up under you.
Yeah, because we together.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm that kind of clingy.
Okay.
Like I want to be with you, but we don't have to be doing nothing. Like, or I don't have to know that you in here. Like I don't gotta hear you and all that. Like
I used to be that way when I was like much younger, but I'm not like that no more. We can spend time. But I'm okay with just going like a period, maybe like 7 days or without seeing you, because I feel like that do help you like really miss the person and it help the person appreciate you a little more.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when I did that when I was younger, that always worked against me. Because obviously the person knew I really liked them.
Yeah.
And it's like, why are you bothering me all the time? Do something with yourself. Like,
right.
I really, when I was younger, when I used to date and I really liked somebody, I used to make them literally my whole world kind of revolve. Not really around them. But like, I'm calling you, everything. What you doing? What you doing now? Oh, call me when you get back from the store. Oh, call me when you wake up. Oh, okay, I want to go. Oh, well, FaceTime me then. Can you talk?
Yeah.
That's how I used to be.
Yeah.
But getting older, and not only getting older, but changing the type of men that I like, I realized that was some real young shit. Yeah. And it's a turn off to me now because I'm like, if I can talk to you all day, you're not getting no money.
You ain't getting no money. You shouldn't
be able to talk to me all day.
Yeah.
Like, so that's kind of a turn off to me being older. And especially the kind of men that I like shifted. And I know they don't got time for all that. Like, that's why I'm like, I'm different now. But I used to be like that because I used to like a different type of guy too.
Right.
So it's like he could talk on the phone all day.
Right.
So.
I feel like even in that instance too, it cuts down on expectations. I know, like at a period of time when I was like just getting to know this person, it was like I saw them when I wanted to see them. You get what I'm saying? Like I didn't have to see you all the time, but we had to understand that we were okay with that. So like on the weekends, like I would go and stay over there, and it would be cool. During the week, like I'm still talking to you during the week, but I don't have to see you. So I didn't have the expectation of like, dang, I gotta always be around him, or I always got to do something or something like that. And then even for him, it was like he didn't have the expectation of like every time I see her, I have to be able to entertain her. Like, you know, like I gotta have something planned, or we gotta be doing something. We gotta be together. Like, it definitely cuts down on the expectation.
I agree with you, sis, but I feel like when you dating somebody too, you kind of like gotta throw men off, because if you get men too used to certain shit, like I'm calling you for everything, or I'm calling you when I wake up on that one time you don't call. Well, what the hell you doing?
Right.
Because you usually call me when you getting dressed. You said you was going somewhere,
pattern that
and you always call me when you getting dressed.
Yeah.
Shit, I might be on a date. Hey,
that's how I used to be. I used to be like, hold up.
No, you're not about to call me all day. You're not about to do that.
Yeah, like, and I know what time you get up at 1 o'clock every day, and you go outside around this time, and when you outside, you be doing
with somebody.
Yes,
have fun.
Yeah, doing too much.
Yeah, men are attracted to you more, and they like you more when you are less accessible. Because
it also cuts down on that once again and that codependency. Because like, at least I know like, she ain't dependent on me. Like her life doesn't revolve around me. Like she's able to get out and do stuff. Well, she has a life of her own, to where as though she's not, solely dependent on me. Like, yes, making me her everything, which puts more pressure on a man, because like, dang, like when you're surrounded by your person all the time, it's like you become conformed to them. I've learned to not be like this, so I enjoy my isolation.
I do too.
Yeah, and then coming from like being by myself, living with somebody, and then living like like living with a man, it's kind of it's way different than living at home. So it's like you don't really have to depend so much on that person. And in like friendships, it's like we do this thing, and we all do it, because as I know, like as a female, I do it mainly with my female friends. It's like we'll call each other and we be like, oh, should I wear this? Should I do this? On Instagram, like, you like these pictures? Should I post it? And it's like, you don't have a sense of like, if I wasn't around, you don't have the ability to make decisions on your own without needing your friends to consult every single thing. Like, should I start this business? What you think about this? Because then that creates a way for like doubt, and it's like, all right, now what if your friend don't want you to do this? So now y'all got this stipulation within the relationship that creates something totally unnecessary.
That's how it used to be. I've gotten better with that as well. Because why do you need somebody approval for everything?
Yes.
Do you even know what the hell you want? At that point,
right.
Do you know you?
Right.
Because why is somebody deciding what the hell you want?
Right. Like, yeah. Or why do it matter to you so much with somebody else, their perception on something to get their approval? Why does that matter so much? And we oftentimes, as women with our friends, we do it. And it's like, that puts me in a sense of like, I know what I like. Like, and people don't like that. And you see it with him. Like, my friend group is like, all right, I know I like to be dressed up and wear heels all the time. Me asking my friend who like to wear tennis shoes is not beneficial, because it's gonna be like, well, girl, I'm gonna have on tennis. I don't want to wear heels. And it's kind of like that. Now they gotta conform to what I want to wear, or I gotta conform to what they want to wear. It changes you. So it's like, hey, you gotta have that sense of like, even with being alone, knowing
who you are.
Yeah,
just knowing who you are, having a sense of self.
Yeah. Kind of like set you apart. So like everybody ain't the same. Everybody don't do the same things and things like that. What are some ways that you found yourself being able to like embrace like those moments of like being alone and not seeing it as like, dang, I feel lonely. So for me, like I'll go to like brunch or like lunch or something by myself, or like I'll go to the store by myself. At times I used to be like scared. Like, why are you scared to go to the store? Are you scared to go to the store? It's people in the store. Like, it's not like you just in the store by yourself, but it's like just getting up and just doing stuff. Like, I'll go eat by myself. Okay. I'll go to the store by myself. Like,
I'll do that too. I do that thing.
Like embracing that moment of being alone versus just being like, all right, I'm alone. Like, what? I don't have nothing to do. What I'm gonna do? Like, and that, to eliminate that depression that comes with, you know, those moments of like being alone. Like you said, like when we in a house by ourselves, it's like, yeah, we enjoy it, but then it's like, all right, like I'm in here, I'm literally by myself. Like I don't have nobody to talk to, or just, you know, you don't always want to reach out. You just, you know, so to eliminate that, like I've done that. Like I'll go out, or I would like make myself do stuff, because I get in a space where I'd be like, oh, I don't feel like it, and then it was like, you just wanted to, but now you don't want to because you scared. You now you gotta go by yourself. Ain't nobody with you. Like so it's like, girl, just get up and go. Get up and do something. Like,
well, with that being said, that's exactly what got me out the house to get out and do something. I went through a period where I was very depressed for like a whole year, and I was just like, let me just get out.
Yeah.
Because how am I going to, like, I don't like the stuff that people are saying to me. Like, it's not helping. When I say that, I'm saying when you depressed and people, like, just get, like, you still, like, just be quiet. So I'm just like, let me just go out and maybe just, like, meet people and hear different conversation, or, you know what I'm saying? People who just don't freaking know me, and, But, speaking of that, so have you ever been in a relationship, like, with somebody and you felt lonely, even, like, being with them?
Yeah.
And like I said, that's why I said I used to really make people my whole world. So now when like it's like you gone and we not together no more, like I'm like my world is gone. Like I didn't really revolve everything I do around you. Just like you said, just being codependent. It's just like that's just it made me very depressed, and that's just the
because it's like when they ain't around or when they don't got the time.
Well, then when it ends,
and
when you feel like
when it ends, it's like, you know, like now you gotta start over. You gotta find you again because you done put so much into this person. You done lost yourself because you
poured so much into the person.
You poured so much into the person, and then you liked being around that person. So it's like some of their ways done rubbed off on you, or the things y'all like to do. That's you like to do it, but you only like to do it with that person. It's just I've had that moment and learned quickly.
What did you learn? Like moving forward in your other relationships, what won't you do that generated that feeling in the last one or the time when you felt like that?
Not revolving my world around you.
Putting somebody first, just like dropping everything, or having a life,
being available. I'm always available for you, but then when I call you, it's like, well, I can't. No, the rejection thing, I don't really handle rejection well. I'm still working on it. I don't like it. So don't, because I'm not that person. I don't really do it. Like, I don't really do the whole rejecting thing. Like, so
but when you say rejection, what you mean? Like, for example, like, I'm not talking about, like, you shooting your shot at somebody and they... What rejection are you referring to?
A rejection of, like, you can't be available when I want to do something. Like, you know, like...
Is that rejection, though?
In my mind, that's you rejecting me. Because...
what if they can do it, but I can't do it right now, and I'll let you know?
No.
You said, nah, that ain't it.
Because if it was the other way around, I know me. And like I said, with me putting so much into somebody, I'm dropping everything. You want me to... I'm dropping everything. All right, I'm on my way. Like, or you want to do this? Okay, no problem. I ain't making no plans. It's you. Like, this what we going to do. And you might want to do something else after. I'm going to make sure the whole day clear. Like, stuff like that. Like, so no, I'm not doing that. And I'm learning to, like, to have my own life. Like, find, you know, continue to do the things that I like to do.
That's
enjoy the stuff that I want to do. Because it's like when you get with somebody and that person don't feel the same way, it's like you just going to stop doing it.
Do not make somebody your whole world. That is not going to end well on your mental health. Because... it generates resentment too, because it's just like, I've poured into you.
Yes,
I've done all this stuff for you. I've been such a good person to you, and this how you treat me, or this how you carry me. Eliminate that feeling by putting you first. Get you something to do. Get you some business or anything. Like, I wish if I could tell my younger self something, that's something I would tell myself. Do something for you, because by the end of your 20s, We almost at the end of our 20s.
Yeah.
That's why we saying, oh, let's sit down. And I mean, shit, we have.
Mm-hmm.
I should have been doing this.
Yes.
Instead of making somebody chilling with somebody all the time while
Yeah.
they making money.
Right.
But I'm just sitting there happy to be there. I could have been out doing something with myself. Like
they out all day and you just sitting at their house. Cause that was me. When
I
I
even
was
out
over there
all
on the
day.
weekends, they was gone and I'm sitting in their house doing something I could have been doing in my own house.
we sitting in the house together, but they still making money. That's all I'm gonna say.
Still making
But
money.
still, I'm just sitting there,
Yeah.
looking stupid.
Yeah.
Just happy to be there. I'm just happy to be around you.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yep.
I can't even believe me. Y'all, don't do that. I'm so serious. Young ladies, do something with yourself. Like, it's going to pay you off in the long run. Seriously, you
gotta.
that's the
have
worst thing you could
something
do.
Going like just
Sit in
going
a nigga
for
face all
yourself.
day.
Yeah, because it's like he's
And the
still
crazy part-
he's still gonna have his little emotion, the emotion that he had when he started getting with you. He's still gonna have it because he ain't compromising nothing with it. Because
Not
in his mind,
even-
it's like same with us. It's like when I ain't with her no more, I still gotta get money.
But he gonna have emotion and he gonna be doing other stuff too because he
Yeah.
know he got
Cause
you.
yeah,
You ain't going
yeah,
nowhere.
ain't
She
yeah,
calling me all
already
day,
displayed,
trying to get
yup.
with me, link up, and she want to stay here with me. And she ain't even. He
And
probably.
then it's like, yeah, I do got her, and she gonna call me, but I could block her, and she still.
She's still going star 67.
Not even if you ain't even saw 67. It's like I get to her when I get to her. When I
Oh,
get to
yeah.
her, she's still gonna have that
Yeah.
that energy. Like
Everything gonna be cool once I smooth
yeah,
over.
everything gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, I would definitely say
Don't do
that.
that.
Like make
Don't do
sure
that.
you have
I regret that
something
so much.
going on. Because even like in my early 20s, like dating in my early 20s, I had so many things that it was like, oh, I want to do this and I want to do that. Get in a relationship and it's like, now I'm not even thinking about my goals no more. Then when that's all over, it's like, dang, like I could have been so much further along with what I want to do. And now I'm back at the beginning, the way I started, trying to put a plan together to restart it. And that's all fine and cool.
Because we still
if you
young.
can jump back in, you know, like still being young, you're able to jump back in with those goals and lock in and do things better the next go around. But if you're one of them people that it's always like that every time you get in a relationship or a friendship, that everything revolves around that person that you're spending the time with and you lose yourself, it's harder once you get older. Like you don't really got no time to be wasting. Me right now, sitting around doing what I used to do in my early 20s, being revolving myself around a man and not having nothing going on at 29 is insane.
I mean, we do.
No, but I'm
We
saying
don't have
like,
absolutely
if
nothing.
I did it,
We ain't bums.
If I didn't have, if
but
I
you
didn't
saying
have
that you,
or even with the goals
you
that
could have been way more further.
Right,
Yeah, that's how I feel
like-
too. That's the stuff that I think about that really make me cringe sometimes. Like I be thinking just how I used to be like pressed, and I just be like, why would you like that? Like.
Yeah,
It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed about my younger self because I'm just like I can only imagine what a guy probably thought about me. Like she irky.
yeah. But even with
Like-
that though, like from the relationship perspective of it. So speaking on being alone or lonely,
Wow, with somebody.
yeah. So
Uh-huh.
in a relationship, did you experience like daddy issues? Like was your dad around? Or-
What would you define daddy issues as exactly? Because it's crazy because I just honestly that mommy issues, daddy issues. I heard that in my last relationship, not towards me, but I'm saying I heard.
Yeah.
That's when I kind of heard the terms. I didn't know what the hell that was a thing. What would you say daddy issues is?
To me, daddy issues is like when your dad wasn't around and you didn't have like a male figure, but you were searching for it, doing things in hopes of finding to fill the void, basically. But you're doing things to like seek the love that you thought that you were supposed to get from your dad in men or whatever. Like daddy issues is just like projecting that whole thing of like my father wasn't around, so whatever man I get with,
Get somebody.
that's
else to
my
do it.
dad. Like
Yeah.
or intentionally dating older men for the perception of like having someone to that's different. That's different. I'm getting ready to say you're dating older men in the perception of looking for a dad, meaning you're okay with this man running your life, telling you what to do, where to go, how to dress.
Oh yeah, no, I can't
To
relate
just
to that.
feel some type in exchange for some type of love. Like,
Yeah.
you ain't to hold your glass up, sis, because in that instance,
No, because I put it down when you said that part. Because ain't nobody,
no,
ain't nobody telling me what to do, where to go, what to wear, none of that. So I can't relate to that. But I do want to tell you, I looked it up what daddy issues mean. So it's a term used to describe emotional problems or struggles someone might have because of a difficult or unhealthy relationship with their father. It can refer to things like feeling neglected, abandoned, or not receiving enough love or attention from their dad. As a result, this might affect how someone behaves in future relationships, sometimes making them feel insecure or having trouble trusting people. It's more of a way to describe how past experiences with a father can impact someone's emotions and behaviors.
If that's the definition, I don't have daddy issues. So like my dad was around when I was younger. Getting older, I didn't really have him around much, but I had men in my life. So my grandfather, my uncles, my cousins, men in my life who stepped up and still projected that image of like how a man is supposed to treat a woman and what, to expect.
How was your relationship with your father though? Because I know you said he was around, but at some point, like really,
When I was younger, he was around.
spent a lot of time with him.
I'm like toddler age, like seeing pictures. He was always around every birthday. He always made sure I had.
But how was your relationship with him now, as a young girl?
I can't really remember. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I was a toddler. Like, so I'm going
that don't count then. As far as you can remember back of you being a child,
how
was your relationship?
Because he wasn't around.
And you don't feel like you have daddy issues.
No,
though.
like okay. I didn't feel like. Granted, I had times where I was like, dang, like I wish like my father wasn't around. Or I wish, like I see my friends with their dads, or it's like certain stuff is coming up, like graduations and like dances and stuff like that, and I would be like, I wish my father was around. Like I wish I could go like do stuff with my father. Like then, but the feeling like I wasn't loved, no, I didn't. Or like feeling like, dang, I feel abandoned. No, I didn't feel like that. Because in the instance of it, like, one, I knew why he wasn't around. Two, my grandfather's uncles, they made up for that. So
he was locked up?
He had been locked up before, but it was, long story short, he ended up getting married.
My father did too. And he was locked up too at one point.
Oh, well, yeah. That's
okay. He started a new family.
Yeah.
Okay.
I never felt like abandoned. Well, I never.
You couldn't call him. You could always call him though.
No.
Oh.
No, I did not see him. I did not talk to him.
You didn't have his number?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
Did not have his number. Did not have an address.
I was just
nothing.
Clean it up.
Nothing.
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. Like it became a out of sight, out of mind thing. I didn't have any resentment or anything like that because I felt love from the men who were in my life. I didn't feel resentment for that. Like, and I didn't, as I got older, I didn't base my relationships off of that. Yeah. Like I didn't base like being like I need this man to like give me this amount of love, the love, that type of love. Yeah. The love that I required from a man didn't come from the fact that my father wasn't around. It came from the fact of I give this type of love. I'm this type of affectionate person. I want the same reciprocated, not because I didn't have it. Yeah. With my father. No. That I had, by the time I got to the age where I was like dating and stuff like that, I had already dealt with that whole being upset that my father wasn't around. I had already come to terms with it. And my mind is like, I'm not about to sit around and keep being sad. Like if I see him, if I never see him again,
you gonna be okay.
I'm not upset.
You got used to the feeling.
I got used to, yeah. And I'm also a person who don't hold grudges.
That's crazy because
I felt what I felt at the time.
I hold grudges.
And I outgrew it.
I hold grudges.
I outgrew it. Yeah, I didn't feel grudges. I don't hold grudges. When he decided to come around a few years ago,
how was that getting back in touch with you like though? Just a phone call, like him saying
no.
Like was it a conversation had?
My grandfather passed. My dad's side. So my grandfather had passed, and I had ended up seeing my cousin. Everybody I'm speaking of is on my dad's side, by the way. I ended up seeing her in Walmart, and she ended up telling me, like, you know, that he had passed or whatever. And she ended up mentioning, like, oh, like, your uncle, he, you know, he want to meet you. Like, okay, like, that's fine. Come to find out that my uncle on my dad's side has a son by my cousin on my mother's side. Did not know that. Like,
your
reaching
uncle
out.
on your dad's side got a son by your cousin
On my mother's
on your
side.
mother's side. Okay.
Yeah. So I can't remember too much of like how her and my mother got to talking about it.
Yeah.
But I want to say like her son, it was like something on Facebook or something at the time. Like her son's grandfather had passed or whatever, and it just ended up being like that's how I found out, and then that's how that whole thing had came about. So when we went to the funeral, like I had started building a relationship with my uncle. Because he had started, like, coming around. Because at the time, nobody on my dad's side knew about the kids that he had before his wife. They only knew about the kids that he had with his wife.
Okay.
All together, 6, 7, 8. I think my dad got 8 kids.
Okay. But you saw him at the funeral.
Yes, I saw him at the funeral. And he didn't speak.
He didn't speak?
He didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing to us. He didn't say nothing to us because he was with the wife. So long story short, like, so after that, it just became a thing of like.
Did you speak to him?
No. He saw us. We were at the table. We were sitting here, me, my brother, and my sister. He was like a few seats down with his wife and the other kids.
And he didn't speak?
No, he didn't. But that was just like, I didn't go for you. So I didn't care if you spoke. Because I had already dealt with.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying coming from a grown man with kids that did not ask to be here, he did not speak. That's crazy. Yeah. Then when did you finally?
So then some years later, my uncle ended up saying like, you know, like your father wants to like, you know, build a relationship. He wants to like, you know, talk to me, like, you know, like, yeah, like reach out. My brother and sister did. I did. Like I said, I dealt with it already. I've come this far without you.
And not even
here.
that.
I don't really feel the need to connect.
Last interaction put the icing on the cake too.
That too, yeah.
Because that could have been an opportunity.
So
just to experience that, and it's like, oh, okay, so you really don't fuck with me, cool.
And I was standoffish with it at first. I'm like, I guess, like, I mean, you know, I don't have no bad blood. If y'all wanna, you know, meet with them, talk, I'll come and be like in support of y'all, but I don't really have nothing to say. And then we end up going to like his party a few years after that. Like, end up going to like his party, and he was like. It was an apologetic, like he was real apologetic. He was like, I'm sorry, like I didn't mean for things to go the way that they did. Like I never intended to like not be around. It wasn't nothing that I did on purpose. Like he was really like apologetic. Like he was really sorry, and it was like, okay, like maybe I could hear you out. Like maybe I'll give you a chance, you know, versus just being like, no, like. I hear you, but I ain't really.
Yeah, because it's like you didn't have nothing to gain or lose. It's just like whatever.
Right.
You could have been said something to me. I don't have nothing against you. Shit, I'm just a child.
Right. Yeah. That was that. And then he ended up saying like, I want to go to like brunch or something. I want to talk. Like, you know, I just want to, you know, get some time with you like by yourself. And that's when we had went to. That was our first brunch. When was that? Last summer. We talked and like I explained, like, we're gonna start from right here. I don't have any grudges. Like I've over time gotten past the, you know, the hurt that I did feel, but I've gotten past all of this. I don't want to. If we're gonna rebuild the relationship, I don't want to go that route of like reopening anything that's in my past. You weren't there, so me telling you how I felt then is not gonna change anything. I felt it already. I've dealt with it already. So we can start from here, and if you're, you know, willing to do better, it'll show. Like I don't want to hear anything. You just gotta show me. And so he's been showing it, and things have gotten better.
That's all that matters.
Like we talk now. Like we text, so I'll text him.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can go out. So, like, yeah, because for a long time, I thought, like, I just didn't want to be around him. Like,
and you just thought, you didn't think it would come to y'all being able to.
No.
Yeah.
No. So, yeah, I'm kind of happy with that. It's funny because he had said, like, can I come on the party? And I was like, sure. Like, what you want to talk about? And he was like, I don't know, but I want to come. So, Dad, I'm gonna get you on here.
One of these days.
Yeah, one of these
when
days.
I can get my phone on here, that's when you can come. But at this point,
yeah,
man,
So, how about you? Like, do you feel like? Cause I know, like when we go out or whatever, like you've heard me say, you know, like, oh, I went out with my dad, or like seeing the videos or whatever. But I've never heard you mention your dad.
Well, me and my father don't talk right now. We haven't talked since like I was maybe like 26. Maybe last year briefly, but that was like we talked maybe for like a week and we didn't talk again. But growing up, my dad was married too. But my dad was always around. My dad spent a time in prison, but then he came back home. When he came back home, he was married. I said the person he got married to, she had kids, and I also have a brother on my father's side. So my dad, immediately when he came home, we met the wife. And like I said, I was always amongst them, the youngest one. So I was always really close to my dad as a child. I was scared of my dad, though.
For real?
Yeah.
Why?
Because my dad is like really like a scary person. He's not a scary person, but he's
like,
just a person.
He's a scary person.
He a person who don't fucking play. That's what I will say.
Okay.
Even just seeing his interaction with like my mom and my stepmom, he will yell.
Aggressive.
He's very aggressive. I just always knew not to play with him. Like my father done jacked me up by my shirt, lifted me up by my shirt and all that. And he got like that personality where it's like you really can't read him, but you know he don't play. So those people you really don't play with, because I don't know what might happen if I say the wrong thing. Yeah. So I was scared of my dad growing up, but I was always good. I wasn't scared of him because I like got beatings or nothing. Nobody had to put their hands on me. Yeah. I've been a crybaby all my life. So all you had to do was literally yell at me as a child, and I would start crying. But as an adult, when like I started like creating boundaries for myself, like he had talked to me a certain type of way, and this one time specifically, this when our relationship really turned because something happened, and he was like, yeah, and if you do that shit again, and I was like, wait, like don't talk to me like that, like don't threaten me, you're not going to do anything. From that point on, that's when we first stopped talking. Cause he's just like, who the hell is she talking to? Like she ain't never talked to me like that before. But yeah, I'm an adult now, and I can stand up for myself. And no, you're not. You're not talking to me like that. That's when our relationship really turned. We don't talk right now at all.
Do you feel like the relationship that you had with your dad affects like how the type of man? Because you knew, you know, like you said, like your dad was aggressive. You know, that's not the kind of man you want. So did you base that off of that, or it just was like in general, like I know I don't want to.
You saying like my type? My type is the opposite of my dad. Like
the type of person that your dad will set the tone for like the type of man that you knew. Like I don't want to date this type of man when I get older. Like
he's not a bad person, so I hate to really say that, but it's just like no, the men I date are the total opposite of him. I feel like they kind of like, I'm not gonna say soft, but they not like him. Yeah. My dad don't fucking play. He don't tolerate disrespect, like none of that. I feel like if I dated my dad, I wouldn't be dating no fucking body. Yeah. Because he don't fucking play. Like the men I date, they very soft with me. But it's crazy because like I like men like that, but when certain stuff happen in my head, I be like, cause I just know how a man acts. I know that from my dad, cause he's a man. He don't tolerate disrespect. He carry it like a man. I'm just saying, like, so it's like certain times, but like I be out with a man or something, and I be like, so you just gonna let them talk to you like that? Right? Like that's. Yeah. But it's just like it's different type of men, and I have to realize that some men just don't be for all that. I'm saying my dad gonna check shit every time. Ain't nothing sliding. Yeah. So it's just times where I be like, what you gonna do when this happen? So if somebody try me. Right. What's gonna happen? Cause I just seen you like this person talking to you crazy. Yeah. And you just acting like they ain't say nothing crazy. Yeah. And I just be like, I know. My dad, that's what not like. I don't know if what's going to happen if something go down. So okay, before we close this out, the relationship part of it, like with your dad, did you ever feel like lonely because of that? Like because of the relationship that y'all had, like you knew, like what you saying, like your dad being in
prison or whatever, or being married, did you ever have moments where you felt like that abandonment or whatever, like, or it just was like it didn't affect you on a
no, it didn't affect me. Like, I didn't even feel honestly his absence. I just always been close to my mom and my grandma, so it's like if I had that, I was fine. It wasn't like I was like, when are you coming back? And I don't like, but when he was gone, we used to go see him and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's like,
my dad in jail.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, shit. We used to
All
go
right,
see him.
I wanted to go.
Like, in my picture book, you said you wouldn't.
No.
In my picture book, it's multiple pictures of, like, me and my mom seeing him when he in jail.
Oh.
So, yeah, when I was younger. So, it's like I knew who he was.
Right, yeah.
And he wasn't gone for that long. But I'm saying in his absence, I didn't feel like I was missing anything.
Okay. Before we end, just overall, learning to own your alone. Like, it's okay to be alone. It's okay to take some time for yourself. That's when you become your best self, because you're sitting with you, so you get to learn
for sure
the things that you need to work on, or you're seeing a reflection of yourself and how, maybe you could be a better person, or you could work on exiting out of that codependency if you are one of those people who are like codependent on your friends or your partner. Just learning to find your own space, or learning to find the time to like be alone but not lonely. So to be in solitude and take that time, to just reflect. And having too much time on your hand, like idle time, becomes the devil's playground. So you can find yourself in some
give him the word
and some
give him the word
sticky situations, going out here just doing anything because you feel lonely, or getting yourself into some things that's gonna be a problem getting out of.
And that's my message. Do not make no man your entire world, because that man probably gonna leave, because it's a terrible thing to just let somebody know that they are your entire world, because they don't feel like they gotta, woo you no more, impress you no more. Love yourself, know who you are. If you have goals, I would say write them down, so you can never be thrown off of what you're trying to do.
So before we close out our new segment, Hop In, We're Spiraling, where we discuss things topics or things that we've been going on a rabbit hole with on social media. So sis, what is your rabbit hole this week?
It's been Beyonce. Okay. It's been Beyonce, and it's been Beyonce because I've been watching videos from her when she was in Destiny's Child, and even before that, up until now, and it's just like, she is just such an inspiration to me, because that girl been working her whole life. She been working her whole life. Yeah. And now she's creating legacy. I'm saying with the Cowboy Carter tour, now you see both of her daughters. Yes. And it's just like to see, I know you've seen Rumi. She's just so excited. It's just like, it's crazy. Like, and it's
even
just,
having her mother like up there too. Yeah.
And both of them being behind her, and just, I'm saying she really worked for where she at right now. I just really admire her. Yeah. Because she done been in Destiny's Child with other group members. Not to say they not doing nothing, but you can see
to the extent of what she's doing.
I'm saying they might be doing something, but I'm saying we see her working all these years then got her. And that's just so like, it's just like, I'm inspired. Yeah. I ain't been working.
She's always been that girl with like the inspiration.
Yeah.
And like how hard she works and the results of everything that she's put in over the years with her career. Like you said, working from a child.
We didn't see her.
What she is, like 40 something now?
She 40 something.
40, in her 40s and still
working. It just inspires me so much to just keep what we have going on, even personal endeavors. Like, you gotta be committed to what you're doing to get results. Yeah. I'm sure younger her, I'm sure she probably did expect to be an artist, a singer, but I'm sure she didn't expect all of this like that she got going on right now. But that's why you just got to stick to your plan, whatever it is. How about you?
The rabbit hole that I'm going down right now is, I wouldn't really say a rabbit hole, but it's so many people who are turning their lives over to Jesus. And that's the rabbit hole that I'm going down, because I believe in Jesus.
Who specifically do you see doing that?
TikTok. On TikTok. So
okay.
it's so many people, different videos, and even with like the videos of like how the world is gonna be when it ends, like like the rapture and things like that. So I've been going down that rabbit hole and just like basing it off like trying to get my life together, because I believe in heaven and hell, and I know like ultimately my goal is to make it to heaven. Like I don't ever want to be, I don't want to be in hell at all. I don't ever want to experience it. I don't ever want to experience the tribulation that's going to come after Jesus come and get his people. And the people that didn't believe still here on earth, I don't ever want to experience it. I don't remember. It's gotten to the point where I've been watching movies on it, like watching movies on. How the world is gonna be when it ends.
So give our viewers a movie if they're really committed to Christ and everything. Yes. What they should watch. What's the movie they should watch?
Left Behind.
Where can they find it?
Left Behind. You can find it on Prime and you can find it on Tubi. There's 4 of them. And it starts at the beginning when the rapture first takes place, and it goes into after the fact, how the government is going to be, and then how things start to get bad, worse and worse over time. So there's 4 of those, and then there's another movie called The Moment After. I just watched that on Tubi, and it's 2. There's some other ones. I'll link them in the comments for my fellow Christians who would like to watch. But yeah, that's where I'm at this week, going down that rabbit hole.
Okay.
So thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. Before we close out, we're gonna do our toast. You almost done. Okay. I'm gonna say let's cheers to owning our alone and being okay with being alone without any depression or anything else weighing in on us. Just being able to accept where we are in that moment.
And constantly pouring into ourselves.
Yes, definitely.
And not letting anybody throw us off of our pivot.
Yes.
Cheers. And see you guys next time.
In the next episode.